What's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about long haul flights. Now, we just got off one. It was 13 hours, Madrid to Uruguay. Shout out to Uruguay. Place is beautiful. These beaches, like if you've been to Uruguay, drop a comment. Let me know. First time here, we're here for 3 months, just getting started because the kids are in school here, traveling around this world school, amazing program. Drop a comment. Let me know what to do. We have 5 strategies that we use to make those long haul flights a success for us. And we're going to call them strategies because it makes them feel more important. Like we're strategizing, like we're solving problems. We're problem solvers. I think you'll be surprised by number 4. It's a little different. Number 3, we're gonna hit all the gadgets. Everybody loves a good plane gadget for a long haul flight. And number 2, I'm gonna tell you how we secured 10 seats as a family of 4. And we didn't pay for them, we just didn't pay for them. It was smart seat selection. My first strategy is 24 hours before the flight, you need to hydrate and stretch. Think of yourself as an athlete. Think of the flight as an event. You just signed up for a 5K or a half marathon. You're not gonna sit there at work all crunched up and not care about what you eat, what you drink, or stretching before the event. You need to think about those things before this long haul flight. It will help tremendously. Hydrating with electrolytes throughout the day. Just try to focus on that. And then take 2 15-minute sessions or a 30-minute session. Spread out the towel and stretch. In your house, in the office if that's not weird, but try to elongate those muscles. Get some good breathing exercises in to set yourself up for success. The second strategy is going to be seat selection. And there are 2 websites that can help with this. Seat Guru and Aerolopa. Now, Seat Guru is a little bit outdated, but still relevant for some information and has some great user reviews on there. Aerolopa is a little bit more updated, but doesn't have quite as much user information on there. Both of those sites, great to check out so you can see the actual layout of the plane and get some information on if the seat is next to a bathroom or an exit row. Now, a big piece to this puzzle is debatable. Do you like a window or do you like an aisle? If you have a full plane or if you're just traveling solo, then you might not have options to play around with how you're booking seats. But a common strategy for seating is if you're traveling as a couple and there's a window and an aisle 3 across, you would book the window aisle, leave the middle seat open, trying to secure that seat for yourself. Now we have a family of 4, so we can play around with the seat selection a little bit. So here's the seat strategy. As a family of 4, if we came across this double window aisle seat, we would secure 2 rows, one behind the other, row 23, row 24. But what we noticed is that the flight was fairly empty. So for row 23, we secured the window and the aisle right here in this 2-seat option. Then we took row 23 and secured the aisle on this side and the aisle on that side. So now technically we had 2 seats open in between us that nobody was probably going to take. All the windows and aisles were filling up down and towards the back of the plane. And we picked row 23 because we noticed 24 on the day before the flight was an empty row. So there was a whole row behind us that nobody was going to be in. We also noticed in row 24 that there was just 2 window seats taken on each side. So there was less likely to be a seat jumper or a stranger sitting next to someone in that window aisle seat that would just jump over to row 24. So we saw the plane doors shut, and then I stayed over here in the window aisle seat. We had one of our kids in row 23 just kind of kick their feet up a little bit to make sure they knew that they were taking on that row. And then Allie just slid back to row 24, which was still empty, and she kind of lounged out in row 24. Now, we partially got the 10 seats because we were just lucky. It was a fairly empty flight. There was people with a full row behind us, and there was a people with a full row in front of us. So it wasn't like we were taking up full rows and everybody else was kind of scrunched together. I'm feeling a little bit uneasy about this strategy. I'm feeling like it makes me look a little greedy. And, if you've never flown with kids before, then you don't realize just how coveted that full row would be. And it was also not a slam-packed full flight. I'm not spreading out across 4 seats and other people are all crammed together. So let me know in the comments, 1, window or aisle, and then 2, if you were flying with your family, would you snag a row and let the kids sleep for the night? It helped us out tremendously. Strategy number 3, the long haul flight essential pack out. And these are essential to me. Maybe you can take a quarter of these items. Less is always more. I will leave with that. But I'm gonna go over the stuff that I like to have. Hopefully it gives you an idea of something that you might wanna pick up to make your next long haul flight just a little bit more enjoyable. First things first, you have to have a sling or a waist pack or something to put things in that you can easily access out of your book bag so you have all of your in-flight essentials nice and handy. You don't want to go in and out, up and down, out of the overhead bin. So we're gonna pack this thing out. First, some hand sanitizer. This is a flat pack hand sanitizer version. Love this stuff. It's also refillable. I slide that right in that front pocket. Then we have two different Bluetooth transmitters. Now, you can just grab one of these. I have the AirFly and I have the one from Me Audio. Sometimes they're a little finicky. One tends to work better than the others. I have both of them, so I take them, but essentially you plug this in your in-flight entertainment system, and then you have Bluetooth connectivity. It's a little thing, but not having that wire hang down is just really nice when you're trying to settle and watch a show. I've been given some flack about the vitamin C, but I like taking this before the plane. Hydrates me a little bit, gives me just a little bit more immune protection. Even if it's fake, I still like it. This is a massage ball. It breaks into two. I love having this because I can sit on it, I can make it into a ball, put it up against my shoulders, whatever it might be, but the fact that it breaks apart makes it pack a little bit easier in a waist pack or sling. This is a fan. Sometimes it gets hot on the plane just before takeoff or right after you land, or if you're stuck on the tarmac for a little bit. The kids love having this. So it can prop up, sit upright, folds up, nice and easy. But if you run hot, this can be handy. Seriously, if there's one thing, just get this. This sleep mask is amazing, all right? I think it's only $15, $17, and they've just designed it really well for a super inexpensive product. Has a little bit of padding right here, very comfortable up here on the nose. The straps are so thin, you never get that like headache from leaning in on it on the side. I've honestly started to use this even at night when I'm not on the plane. You can't be a pro on a long haul flight without a sleep mask. The Buff, super versatile. I personally like this just for a little bit of warmth. It gets chilly on the plane. Throw that over the neck, just provides you with like a little bit of coziness. You can also flip it up and use this as an eye mask, travel really light. Some people like to travel with the buds in their ear. This can kind of slide up to keep the buds in, prevent them from falling. Ton of different uses for the Buff. Antibacterial wipes, you can get small packs. We just pick these up whenever we can. I slide them in the back pocket here of the tum tuck. Really great to have, wipe down the plane just when you get on. There you go. The sling is packed out, ready to rock. Compression socks. I always wear these on long haul flights. I feel a lot better if I wear these on a flight that's over 6 hours versus if I don't. So these will be on my feet. It's not something I need to put in my bag. Over-ear headphones. There's really no debate. These are from Soundcore. I'll link it below. They're about $145 to $190, depending on when you get them. Great entry level for over-ear noise canceling headphones. I have really had success with these. Love the traveling case, but what I love to do is get these out while I'm getting on the plane, just kind of have them here. That way I forget that I even have them on. I get all my stuff settled in on the plane, and then I just know they're there when I'm ready for them. I don't have to go dig in the bag for them. You can use a small plastic bag for this if you want, but a clear see-through toiletry kit setup for on the plane is great because if you can brush your teeth and freshen up a little bit, it's so helpful. Small travel toothpaste, small travel toothbrush, small travel roll-on deodorant. These are Foaming soap sheets. So if there is no soap on the plane, it's just a great way to pack some portable soap. Overlooked but very important, nice set of face wipes. All right, this helps you just feel a little bit more refreshed, either before you get on the plane or while you're on a long flight. This does not go in the bag. It should just get packed on your carry-on somewhere where it's easily accessible. You get to your seat, you set down your carry-on, then you take this out of your bag so it's ready to go when you want to go to the bathroom and freshen up. Last thing is the phone. I have that travel case on there from Moth, which I absolutely love. And then it slides right down in this back pocket. I like to have that set up so when I'm on the plane, if I'm just using the entertainment system, I know my phone and everything that I need for the flight is pretty much set and ready to go. The last thing that we always pack out is some type of medical kit. Now, I'm not gonna break this whole thing down now. I'm fortunate enough to have Allie be a former nurse, but think nausea medicine or anything that we might need on the plane. Dramamine definitely in here. It has come in really helpful to have this accessible when we wanna get access to medicine either just before the flight or if we need some turbulence on the flight. Here is the in-flight pack-out kit with something that you always like to bring that I did not include. I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Namaste, mi amigos. Strategy number 4 is about mindset, and stay with me for a second on this one. Don't sleep on it. The mind is a powerful tool. If you board a flight hydrated with a full stomach, some light stretching, you are 3 steps ahead of most people. And to top it off, if you develop the right mindset before you fly, it will help tremendously. Here are my 3 tips. Number 1, mindfulness meditation. Focus a little bit before the flight. Maybe it's in the airport lounge. Maybe it's just before getting on the plane. Think about your breathing. Focus on your breathing. Try to calm yourself down. Don't have the anxiousness of waiting to get in on the flight, thinking if you're going to get the overhead bin, shuffling through on that line. Try to bring your nervous system and your energy down to a good place. Number 2, positive visualization. If you really want to do it right, close your eyes and try to visualize a cool, calm, collective flight. No turbulence, you relaxing in a really good place. And number 3, try to create a pre-flight routine. You can do this on short flights and long flights. Last, but certainly not least, we got a few plain sleeping gadgets. This is your traditional neck pillow, and I have even made videos about why these are a waste of space and you should not pack them. Now, for a long haul flight, I don't specifically use this for a neck pillow, but I like to have it on my neck when I walk onto the plane, so it's just something I'm not thinking of. And then if I couple this with some of the blankets and pillows on the plane, it just provides me with a little bit of a better pillow. I rarely just have it around my neck using it for that position, but it gives me something to kind of stuff down over against the side. Rarely do I use this as what it's supposed to be used for, but I do love having it for that extra peace of mind of a pillow that's kind of memory foam and I can stuff in different places. The good old foot hammock. There are some positive reviews about these and some very negative reviews about these. If you want to take up some space and you can easily access it, try it out, sure. But if you're over 6 feet, it really doesn't work well on some airlines, and really your feet are just kind of tucked up into the tray table. But if you get the right setup in certain scenarios, I have found some success with the foot hammock. So another one of those gimmicky gadgets that works for some people, does not work for others. What do you guys think on those 5 long haul flight strategies? I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Drop a comment below. If you want more advice and more tips, my wife Allie writes an amazing travel newsletter. I'll put the link in the description for you to sign up, and we will continue to iterate, move, shake, and try to develop better strategies for sleeping in a tin can, traveling hundreds of miles an hour over land and sea so we can go to amazing places. Thanks for being here. Appreciate your support. We'll see you next time. Boom.